Happy Saturday, everybody. It's time for Weekly Wins. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. Hello, everyone. Semi-Retired Bob here. I talk about the Carnivore Diet, all things related to the Carnivore Diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. As I said, today is Saturday. It's Weekly Wednesday. It's actually Friday, but you guys will see this tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for stopping by. You might be asking yourself, what in the world am I watching here, Bob? Well, you're watching me walk. A little over 20 months ago, I couldn't do this. I could barely stand for 2 to 2.5 minutes without severe pain. Now I'm out here walking every day. Sorry, I had to take a pause for a traffic break there because I don't want to get hit by anybody out here running around. But as you can see, well, you may not be able to see, but I'll show you. The snow is mostly gone. There's actually some sections of sidewalk here that are drying out. Pretty amazing. But yeah, I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. I was welcoming the new people, explaining that I couldn't hardly even stand up, and now I'm out here walking every day. And that's part of what we're going to talk about under the Weekly Wins. But just know that the primary purpose of this channel is to show you that it's never too late to change your life. I'm 60 years old, and I'm doing things I couldn't do when I was 40. If you're returning to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're here as well. It does mean an awful lot to me that you choose to spend just a few moments of your day with me. So I'd like to invite you all to help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Drop down in the comments and say, "Hi, Bob." If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and consider subscribing. All those things are absolutely free, and they help me get the word out that it's never too late to change your life. This is the first walking video of February, post-January No Excuses Walking Challenge, and I haven't exactly decided what I'm going to call the playlist for this month. It doesn't really fit today, but I suspect that February and March will do its usual thing and combine to be just 2 months of cold, gray yuck. And you see, it's very nice out today. It's 45 degrees in Omaha, Nebraska, which is almost spring-type weather. I do have my blue gloves on because my fingers still get a little cold. Not super cold, but a little cold. But what was my win this week? It was actually just last night. Everybody knows that, well, those of you that have been following my channel for a while know that I primarily do one meal a day. Oh. Okay, that's the first hill out of the way. Up to that first stop sign at the top of the hill. Now we're going to turn the corner and go down the other side. But yeah, last night, it started yesterday. I was really hungry yesterday, so I ended up making myself, it was 10, I think I made 10, it was either 8 or 10 eggs. I made a big batch of scrambled eggs, and I was planning on coming back in behind it about 2 or 2:30 with a little bit of ground beef. For whatever reason, I don't even remember what I was doing. I got busy and never got around to making more food. So all I had was my big pan of eggs. I say that's all I had. I know most of you out there are going, 10 eggs? Oh, that would kill me for a month. I understand. I am a big eater. 10 eggs at one sitting is a nice light snack to go ahead of the pound of ground beef. But either way, I never got to it. And then, as I was watching YouTube videos, then I played a little game on my computer, then watched some more YouTube videos. And it was time to go to bed. So I thought, time to go to bed. I'll just go to bed. I don't need to eat more food now. Fell asleep pretty close to right away. But then I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was hungry. Because I hadn't eaten quite as much as I normally do. But I took my advice. After laying there in bed for about 15 minutes, it's like, gosh, I'm hungry. And I thought about getting up and cooking the hamburger I had thawed out. I thought about getting up and cooking some more eggs. I even had that horrible, very, very tiny, quick thought. It's like, hey, there's an all-night pizza place down the road there. I could just run pick up a pizza. I didn't do any of those things. I got up out of bed, had a pinch of salt. Actually, a pretty good sized pinch of salt. Washed it down with some water. And then I did about 25 squats to get a little extra workout in. And that knocked it right out. After all of that, I managed to go back to sleep because I wasn't hungry anymore. Now, normally, I would tell you if you've got hunger that's waking you up in the middle of the night, especially on a day when you know you haven't eaten as much, it's perfectly okay to go ahead and eat in the middle of the night. Is it ideal? I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. This is one of the splits. One of the things that the carnivore people, gurus if you want to call them that, they're kind of split on this issue. Some of them say it doesn't really matter when you eat. Some of them say still adhere to the old, try not to eat in the evening within a couple, 3 hours of going to bed. What's right? I don't know. I usually have my one meal a day sometime between 3 and 5, because I know if I eat as early as noon like I did yesterday, I get a little peckish in the evening, and that's when it gets kind of hard. When it's during the day and you have tons of time, you have tons of stuff to do, it's very easy to just keep doing what you're doing and not not think about food. It's in the late evening when you are sitting down watching TV or playing a game or whatever and gearing yourself towards going to bed. You've got the lights off and just your reading light on, and you're reading a half hour of your book before you go to bed, which is one of my recommendations for winding down to go to sleep at the same time. But those are the times when I get hungry sometimes. Not as hungry as I was last night. Usually it's just a little, I wonder what I got left in the fridge to eat in the way of boiled eggs or bacon or something. And then I just ignore it, brushing it off as just nighttime boredom. But that is my weekly win. And it just happened last night. Besides, of course, getting through the January walking challenge. I did manage to get out and walk every day. Now, the last couple of days I had videos made ahead, so I didn't walk quite as far. Well, I did those couple of days in a row where I made 2 laps around the big loop here. So I got plenty of walking in. And if you tuned into my live stream yesterday, that I originally had a goal of 75 miles for the January walking challenge. But because I ran into so much cold and yuck and everything else, I was going to dive off into the grass, and the guy walking his dog went out into the street instead. Thank him. We'll have to be sure and thank him very much for that. Morning. Hi, buddy. Yeah, okay. Now I remember where I was at. Sorry, I got distracted by a dog there. Looked like some kind of a retriever. But anyway, I had originally decided that 75 miles was a good goal for the January walking challenge, but I ran into so much ice and snow and cold weather, and any of you that have gone hiking or even just walking on the sidewalk and you had to wear spikes because the snow was ankle deep with ice underneath of it, that's a lot harder. So I did not make 75 miles. But I did get to 58 miles, which, considering the weather, I think 58 miles for January is a fairly good January No Excuses walking challenge. Like I said, it's not where I wanted it to be, but as I talked about just the other day, let's not think of it, it's all about the mindset. We don't need to think, I didn't make it to my goal this month. We need to think, I walked 58 miles in negative temperatures. That's the correct way to think about things. Morning. So, like I said, guys, don't get, upset if you don't quite get to what you thought you were going to do. You still did something. As I've said many times on this channel, never let perfection get in the way of progress. But I think I've talked enough for today. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and tell me what your weekly wins are. I will see you when I get back up to the house, and cue the music. Okay, cut the music. Thank you. We're almost back to the house, and I did have a quick question for everybody. Besides going down in the comments and putting your weekly wins, I would also like you to comment on the music sections of my videos this last month. Do you prefer those, or do you prefer the shorter videos without the music? If I get enough comments, I'll probably make it into a poll on my community tab. But it is a really beautiful day out here in Omaha, Nebraska. And there are some people that are going to say, well, that's really unusual. Well, it's not really. I can't remember all of the things offhand, but I can tell you that when I moved out here all those decades ago from Ohio, I had everything loaded up. I had an 86 Nissan Stanza wagon. So pretty much everything I owned fit inside that Stanza wagon. I didn't own a lot of stuff then, but everything I owned fit in there. And I moved out here, found the apartment. I arrived, it was like noonish after I crossed Iowa, because I stopped and slept at the Iowa border coming this way, and then I came on out across Iowa. So it was somewhere around noon. I got here, and it was 65 or 70 degrees and sunny. It was really nice out. So I unloaded the car into this apartment that I had rented sight unseen after, I stopped, got the keys, did all that stuff, and decided that was enough for one day. So I got up the next morning, did not open the shades to look outside, but I thought, yeah, today's a good day to go out and find a bank that's nearby that I want to use, and perhaps, since I already had a job, knew where I was supposed to be, find my way to work and do that kind of stuff, and then have the weekend to relax. I think I said it was mid-February. I don't remember exactly, but it was mid-February. So I got up the next morning and decided, since it was so nice out, I put on a pair of shorts and some sandals and a t-shirt. I opened up the front door to the apartment, and it was like 15 degrees, and there was 8-10 inches of snow on the ground. Winter had returned overnight while I slept. So this is not unusual. I don't think winter's over. Winter's not done with us here, but this is a nice break. So don't forget, drop down in the comments, tell me what your weekly wins are. Don't get too distracted or upset by goals you didn't quite get to. Concentrate on what you did do. That's what I've got for you today, folks. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better. Today, tomorrow, every day. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you in the next one.